So are we really gonna do this?
I'm in if you.
I'm all the way in.
I don't know where we're gonna go. I don't know what we're gonna do, but
We'll figure it out.
hell yeah, we're gonna do this.
Oh, hi there. My name is Prostetnik Vogon Jeffs, and in this video, I'm talking about Netflix's 2025 action comedy content, Back in Action. And notice how I didn't call it a family movie, or a kids movie, or a movie at all for that matter. A lot of people will excuse terrible productions by saying, oh, it's just a silly family movie, or it's just a kids movie, it's not meant to be Citizen Kane. As if producing garbage movies is somehow excusable as long as it's targeted at kids or families. It is such a smooth-brained take. It's equivalent to saying that it's okay for rom-coms to be bad because they're marketed to women, or for anime to be bad because it's marketed towards nerds and losers. I'm joking. It's a joke. Akira is one of my favorite movies.
You must hate the chili.
I'm here.
The reason I'm saying this is because this review is about Back in Action, which I can already see some people trying to dismiss because of the subgenre it falls within. The made for everyone but appealing to no one subgenre. And this micro rant is my way of telling them, the internet pedants who insist on putting blinders on instead of admitting a harsh truth and accepting that they like a bad movie, which is totally fine, by the way.
A few moments later.
Give it a break. Oh, give it a break. It's just supposed to be a fun popcorn flick. Fun popcorn flick. We can't. Oh, give it a break. It's just supposed to be a fun popcorn flick. Give it a break. Give it a break. It's supposed to be a fun popcorn flick. Like fun popcorn flicks can't also be objectively good or bad. F***ing morons. And just to make this extra clear, I'm not claiming I have the best taste in movies. I have my likes and dislikes. That's what these videos are all about.
Many months later.
The point I'm trying to make is that I like watching objectively good movies, but I also like watching objectively bad movies. And sometimes I hate watching good movies, and I hate watching bad movies.
2,000 years later.
What the hell were we talking about?
One eternity later.
Oh, right. Back in Action. I went on that little tangent and almost forgot why we're all here. Which is funny, unlike this movie, because it's so forgettable. This Netflix exclusive stars a handful of talented actors, along with Cameron Diaz, in a globe-trotting espionage adventure that's sure to excite no one. Okay? Cool. Here we go.
Who's coming with me, man?
This movie is terrible, and I'm going to spoil the shit out of it. All right. It's 15 years ago. Jamie Foxx is Matt, a CIA special operative, and Cameron Diaz is Emily, also a CIA special operative. Matt and Emily have been knocking boots, and she finds out she's pregnant right before a big operation. The pair have been tasked with obtaining the ICS, the Industrial Control System, a master key for some of the world's most critical infrastructure. They have to steal the ICS from some dude named Balthazar Gore, who is ex-KGB or a terrorist, or maybe both. I don't know. I don't think it really matters. He's a bad guy. But he's putting on a pretty swank birthday party for his daughter, so I guess not all bad. Matt and Emily show up to the party and start waving their guns around. Totally the way a spy would do it. Super discreet. Chuck, a friend of Matt and Emily and also their boss or handler or something like that, figures out that they've hooked up.
Oh, you guys gotta be kidding me.
And then helps guide them through the party. We get a brief glimpse of some spy gear as the couple breaks into Gore's office safe and then never again for the rest of the movie. I don't know why I called this an espionage adventure. I mean, if you're looking for spy stuff, that's it. It's generic action from here on out. Matt and Emily steal the ICS and escape the party. They rendezvous with Baron, an MI6 agent and Emily's former romantic fling. He's still obsessed with her, and this is pointed out several times during the movie's runtime.
God, she must be bored out of her mind. Thank you.
Each time it comes across as creepy and not funny, even though I'm pretty sure it was intended as a gag.
You happy, Emily?
Yeah, we're good, okay?
Come on, man.
Oh, I was joking anyway.
The problem is Andrew Scott plays Baron with so much restraint, with such a lack of emotion, that it never lands properly. Oh my God. We're only 5 minutes into the movie. I've got to trim some fat here. Matt and Emily fly home. She tells him she's pregnant. He's like,
I'm in.
and she's all like,
What?
and then he's all like, psh.
I said I'm in.
And then Emily almost throws up, and the flight attendant steps in and is all like,
We want the key.
well, obviously a fight was going to break out, and the pilot was bound to get shot. And then the plane crashes into a mountain and gets torn in half. The ICS seemingly lost forever. And then, get this, Matt gives Emily the last parachute as some sort of noble sacrifice, but then she puts it on and thigh clamps Matt to safety. I mean, if it was that easy, why didn't Matt just do that to begin with? He could have easily carried Emily to safety. So fucking stupid. After landing safely, Matt and Emily realize someone they're working with must have fed information to the mercenaries about their flight. Instead of initiating a clandestine mission to uncover the mole, they instead decide to go AWOL and start a family. It's present day. Matt and Emily have a daughter, Alice, and a son, Leo. And hold on a second, is that some subliminal messaging from a disgruntled screenwriter? Leo, Alice, Matt, Emily? They were trying to warn us! The phone call is coming from inside the house! Well, old habits die hard, and Emily can't stop snooping through Alice's stuff. She finds the password to her laptop and discovers that her 15-year-old daughter is drinking at a club in the city. So, Matt and Emily head out to beat up some no-goodnik club bros and drag their salty Gen Alpha Skibbity Rizzler out of her Delulu and back to her bedroom.
I can't even with you right now.
The club fiasco goes viral despite Matt deleting the video off of one phone. Gee, I wonder what happened to that Chuck guy. Kinda weird for Kyle Chandler to only show up for a couple of minutes. Holy shit! Speak of the devil! Chuck shows up unannounced and tries to warn Matt and Emily about Baron and Gore. They're still looking for the ICS key MacGuffin thing, and thanks to the incident at the club, everybody knows where to find Matt and Emily. Chuck gets shot out of nowhere by a gang of Belarusian mercenaries. They shoot up the house and... oh my God. I love how these two former spies dodge a barrage of bullets by bending forward 30 degrees and covering the sides of their heads. She's still doing it. Matt and Emily realize the kids might be in danger and shift into action hero mode. They grab some gear from the garage and send out a decoy car to distract the No, why would you wait? Why would you wait for the mercenaries to recover? You send the decoy and then drive out during the chaos. These knuckleheads waited until the mercs had time to investigate the decoy and... I get it. Okay. Well, hello there, Mr. Product Placement. It's awfully obvious out today, wouldn't you say? The mercenaries chase Matt and Emily through the city. The former spies can't seem to shake them. Wait a minute, did I just say shake? That gives Matt an idea. Hold on, are you fucking kidding me? Well, on the plus side, at least the product placement can't get any more blatant than this, right? Matt and Emily pick the kids up from school and hop on a flight to London, England. They are immediately pursued by Gore's mercs and Baron's MI6 agents. After stealing a truck on the sly, the family hits the road. The kids are forced to give up their technology to prevent their pursuers from tracking their location. But Leo doesn't give up his handheld gaming console, which has internet access. And that obviously leads to a laborious gas station brawl, or petrol for the Brits. Ass is kicked and everyone hops in the stolen truck. So here's the deal. Back during the plane crash at the beginning of the movie, Matt secretly took the ICS and subsequently hid it at Emily's mother's house in England. Emily's mother is Glenn Close as Ginny Curtis, a former MI6 sniper and all-around badass, who happens to be banging a dude half her age, who happens to be either, 1, mentally retarded in some capacity, caught in a state of arrested development, or 2, a completely competent man with a predilection for...
I love kids.
Yes, he does.
It's your innocence, your sense of wonder.
Hey, did Bryan Singer direct this movie? Boom! That's 2 in a row. That's 2 back-to-back Bryan Singer jokes. Tune in next week to see if I can bowl a turkey on that turkey. Emily and her mother haven't spoken in years. And after Matt reveals he has hidden the ICS somewhere on Ginny's property, she and her daughter get into another spat and they all storm off. Matt and Emily go for a walk. Ginny and Alice have a heart-to-heart. And then a bunch of mercenaries show up at the gates. Matt retrieves the MacGuffin. They return to the house and find Ginny and Nigel tied up in the kitchen. Ginny is released, but almost immediately afterwards, Matt and Emily are apprehended by the Belarusians, led by Baron.
Oh, guys.
Oh, it's Chuck! He's not dead.
We saw you get shot.
The whole thing was a ruse.
I just figured you needed some motivation to lead me to it.
But he's holding the kids hostage, so Matt is forced to give up the ICS. Meanwhile, Ginny is just hanging out in the kitchen, home aloneing a handful of mercs before Nigel gets shot and everyone is alerted to the commotion. Chuck and his men take the kids as hostages. Matt and Emily review Ginny's CCTV footage and notice Leo relaying a message. He's showing his activity tracker, which allows his parents to track his position with GPS. It seems like Alice and Leo are being held at the Tate Modern Art Museum in London. There's a black tie event there tonight, which is odd because Chuck and his crew don't arrive at the Tate Modern until after Matt and Emily do that evening, and god damn it, Cameron, listen, I'm all for equality, but this is bullshit. Matt gets dressed in a tux, and Emily is wearing a business suit? I'm not saying it's gotta be a fancy dress, I mean, it should, but I'm not saying that. But if you're trying to tell me this bland business suit shit is the female equivalent of a tuxedo, you're out of your friggin' mind. Is this thing on? These are jokes, people. Chuck is trying to sell the ICS to the highest bidder and is using the art museum as an auction house and demonstration gallery.
That out there stops the Atlantic Ocean from flooding this great city. And we now have the power to turn it off or turn it on.
He has his hacker sidekick use the ICS MacGuffin to cause a controlled blackout across the city and open the Thames Barrier floodgates. Meanwhile, Matt and Emily fight off a bunch of goons with, oh my god. I'm sure someone thought this was going to look really cool. Baron shows up with MI6, and they all burst into the room where Chuck is auctioning off his MacGuffin, which, I don't know, seems like the dumbest possible thing to do when two kids are being held hostage. Matt and Emily chase Chuck. Ginny helps by being the feisty sniper that she is. Hell, even Nigel helps by crashing into the hacker sidekick's van and fluking his way through some basic coding. Blah, 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 boat chase. Blah, 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 fight. Chuck gets his comeuppance. Everybody hugs, and we'll just throw another hug in there.
Good Lord, that's a lot of hugging.
And now everyone is at Alice's big soccer game. Because apparently Alice plays soccer. I guess they did mention it once or twice earlier on in the movie. Fine. And some more general awkwardness, and still not a single kiss. I haven't really been paying attention, I mean maybe I missed one, but I don't think these two have so much as kissed each other's cheeks. There is a negative amount of chemistry between these two. Yeesh. Oh, and Baron pops in to set up a sequel that is never going to happen. Chuck's body was never found, and Emily's dad is also a secret agent. Ooh, no one cares. The end. Let's talk about the good and the bad of Back in Action. Jamie Foxx. Is he phoning this one in? You bet. Does this qualify as good acting? It's debatable. I'm leaning towards no. But I think that just goes to show how charismatic Foxx is on screen. Even when working with the blandest dialogue put to paper, Foxx still manages to be at least mildly entertaining. I'll even extend a bit of this goodwill to the rest of the cast at large. Almost every major role is played by an actor that seems like a competent professional. Foxx, naturally. Chandler, Close, Demetriou, even the kids. Everyone was phoning it in, but competently so. Unfortunately, I think only a phenomenal actor can polish a turd, while good actors are dragged into the filth with a bad script. And this is a tough part. I can always think of a couple things to like about a movie, but this third one always trips me up. Okay. This is kind of a backhanded compliment, but in a morbid way, I appreciate the balls on these guys for giving zero shits about the brazen product placement.
I've never seen one kiss
Where'd you get
before.
those?
What do you mean? Amazon.
It's so creepy, Alexa.
Mind your own business.
I mean, why bother being subtle, right? And now for the bad. It's bland and relentlessly derivative. You can sense every line before it's spoken. None of the twists are surprising, and everything lacks emotional weight. We've all been here before a dozen times. This isn't Batman and Robin or Birdemic levels of bad. It's the kind of bad that you'll forget about immediately after watching. There is nothing of value here. And it's cringe. We've got a real dilemma on our hands. The older writers that haven't been replaced by AI have no idea how to write for younger audiences. And the younger writers, well, they're just shit. And tack on the restriction of not offending anyone, other than viewers with good taste in movies, and you've got yourself a real tacky snooze fest. Speaking of snooze fests, what is going on between Fox and Diaz in this movie? The chemistry between them was giving me strong chairman of the board vibes, and I can't help but feel that Cameron Diaz is Carrot Top. Know what I'm saying? I mean, do they even kiss?
Is it my breath?
Or is it just awkward hugs? Zero physical chemistry. I'm interested to see where everyone is at with this one. Let's check out those review scores. Yeah, that's about right. Some folks are being a bit harsher than others, but I think giving this a 50%, a 5 out of 10, I think that's about right. We've all seen much worse, and we've all seen much better. Hey, Don.
Hey,
I was just watching that new Fox Diaz movie, Back in Action.
I saw this.
You did? Oh, okay. What did you think of it?
Honestly, I say respectfully, I know what's bad. As an example, I didn't like it.
So just because you didn't...
I think it's terrible. It is a really horrible thing.
Right. I think we get how you feel about it.
It is so unbelievable.
Great.
This is a tragedy.
Back in Action is the cinematic equivalent of the word meh. It's promotional marketing for Diet Coke and Mentos and DeWalt and, knowing Hollywood's track record, the CIA. It's not Garbage Pail Kids or Borderlands or anything remotely close to So Bad It's Good. It's just remarkably mid. The perfect movie to watch while vacuuming the house or falling asleep. That's all, folks. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hello? Where the hell is everybody? Hello? 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 Hello?